Hello and welcome! Today, we dive in deep into one of the most powerful and versatile verbs in the English language. Get. It's a small word with a huge impact, and mastering it will truly elevate your English conversations. So, let's get started and unlock its secrets together. First, let's talk about the most common uses of get. You probably know it means to receive or obtain something. For example, I got a new phone for my birthday, or can you get some milk from the store? This is the foundation, but get is so much more than just that. It can also mean to become. Think about it. It's getting dark outside, or I'm getting tired. In this context, get describes a change in state or condition. It's a dynamic way to show transformation. Another super common use is to arrive or reach a destination. You might hear someone say, "What time did you get home last night?" Or "We got to the airport just in time." It's a casual and very natural way to talk about movement and arrival. Instead of always saying arrive, using get makes your English sound much more like a native speaker. And what about understanding? This is a big one. When someone explains something, you might ask, "Do you get it?" or reply, "Yeah, I get it now." It's a simple, direct way to check for comprehension. It's far more common in everyday speech than asking, "Do you understand?" So, if you get what I'm saying, you're already on your way to mastering this word. Now, let's move on to the really fun stuff. Idiomatic expressions. English is full of phrases with get that have meanings you might not guess from the words alone. These are key to sounding fluent and natural. A great one is get along with someone. This means to have a good, friendly relationship. You could say, "I get along really well with my colleagues." It's a perfect phrase for talking about your social life or work environment. Another essential idiom is get over something. This can mean two things. First, it can mean to recover from an illness, like "It took me a week to get over the flu." But more often, you'll hear it used for recovering from a difficult emotional experience, like a breakup or a disappointment. He's still trying to get over his team losing the final match. It's about moving on and feeling better. Have you ever heard the phrase, get by? It means to manage with just enough of something, usually money. For instance, "I don't earn a lot, but I get by." It implies that things are not easy, but you are surviving. Another one is get away with something, which means to do something wrong without being caught or punished. A child might think, "I hope I can get away with eating the cookies before dinner." And what about get together? This simply means to meet socially. "Let's get together for coffee next week." It's a friendly and informal way to make plans. Finally, there's get on with something, which means to continue doing something, especially after an interruption. A teacher might say to the class, "Okay, everyone, quiet down and get on with your work." These phrases are used constantly in daily conversation, so adding them to your vocabulary is a huge step forward. Of course, while get is incredibly useful, using it all the time can make your speaking a bit repetitive. That's why it's also important to know some synonyms and alternatives to enhance your vocabulary. Instead of always saying, "I got a package," you could say, "I received a package." Instead of get a new car, you could say, purchase or buy a new car. For getting bigger, you could use becoming or growing. When you're talking about arriving, instead of get to the office, you could say reach the office. If you want to talk about understanding, you could say I comprehend or I grasp the concept in more formal situations. By learning these alternatives, you can choose the perfect word for the right context. Using obtain or procure instead of get can make you sound more formal and professional in a business email. For example, the goal isn't to stop using get, but to have more tools in your linguistic toolbox. All right, now it's time for some practical exercises to help all of this sink in. I'm going to give you a sentence with a blank, and I want you to fill it in with the correct form of get or a get phrase. Ready? Number 1, after the long hike, I started to blank hungry. The answer is get. I started to get hungry. This shows a change in state. Number 2, she needs some time to blank the bad news. Here, you'd use get over. She needs time to get over the bad news, meaning to recover emotionally. Number 3, do you blank your new neighbors? The phrase we're looking for is get along with. Do you get along with your new neighbors? Number 4. We have to blank at 5 a.m. to catch our flight. The answer is get up. We have to get up at 5 a.m. And number 5, it's amazing what some politicians blink. The idiom here is get away with. It's amazing what some politicians get away with. How did you do? Practice creating your own sentences with these phrases. Try to use a few of them in your conversations this week. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. Finally, it's worth noting some cultural nuances. While get is a cornerstone of English everywhere, its usage can vary slightly between different English-speaking regions. For example, in British English, you'll often hear have got, where an American might just say have. A speaker in the UK might say, I've got a brother, while a speaker in the US would be more likely to say, I have a brother. Both are correct, but it's a subtle difference to be aware of. Similarly, some phrasal verbs with get might be more common in one country than another. For instance, the phrase get on in the UK can mean to be successful, as in he's really getting on in his new job. While Americans would understand this, they might be more likely to say, getting ahead. These are small details, but they add a fascinating layer to the language and can help you sound even more natural, depending on who you are speaking with. The key is to listen to native speakers from different places and notice these little variations. So there you have it, a deep dive into the verb get. We've covered its core meanings of receiving, becoming, and arriving. We've explored some essential idiomatic phrases like get along with, get over, and get by. We've also looked at synonyms to broaden your vocabulary and practiced with some exercises. This one little word is a gateway to more fluent, natural, and expressive English. My challenge for you is to start noticing get everywhere in movies, in songs, in conversations, and more importantly, start using it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. Keep practicing, and you'll get it right in no time. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more English learning tips. Let me know in the comments which get phrase is your favorite or one you plan to use this week. See you in the next video.